meeting back to order. Let the record show that after executive session, there's only going to be one item of official action that will be taken. But other than that, there's no other official action other than the one that's going to occur here.
Okay. We realized that back in public safety, you need to back up to where we have Todd who's out and works the meters, and we need to get him up to date with the pay scale. We hired some people and paid them, and Todd's not quite up to that scale, so we need to bring him up. So I'd like to make a motion to get Todd up to date at $9 an hour.
I second the motion.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, citizens' comments. Anybody wants to stand up and make comments? Yes, David Anthony.
Thank you, sir. We have the pool. We're starting with the downtown activities going on. The next step is the car repeater. Some of you may have already heard, I'm starting to form a group to try to purchase the property. Next Tuesday evening, the 10th of April, at 7 p.m., we are going to have the first meeting of volunteers at Michelle's. I'd like to personally invite all of you to come and see it, because eventually, without your help, we're not going to get this idea off the ground. The idea is to purchase the property, return it to its original design as a movie theater, as a permanent home for the Clarion players, to show family films, independent films, and foreign films.
What time would that be, David?
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Is the stage still there, Dave? I was
The
told that
twin
it's not.
screens are there.
Okay.
Half the west part of the property has been leveled off, but it's just supports underneath it, so it can be restored very easily that way. But it's going to need pretty much gutted.
But they want 85,000.
The asking price is $85,000. So we're going to have to start working on that.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comments? Yes.
And maybe Andrea can answer this better, Jen Rigby. Has anybody heard of the Coney 2012 project that's going on? Okay, Chuck is familiar with it. I'm going to try to synopsize this in the best way I can. There is a group in South Africa called the LRA, the Lord's Resistance Army. They're bad guys, they do bad stuff. They're led by Coney. They have been for the last 20 or 30-ish years. Child rape, stealing kids from villages, forcing the boys to become child soldiers, forcing the girls to become child other things. And he's a really bad guy. There's a big movement across the world, and especially across the nation, to do a 2012 for Coney. And it's not so much to vote for him, it's to get his name out there so that people know who he is, what he's been doing, and what other people in that region are doing. It's very much a kind of a younger generation's feel of, well, South Africa doesn't have anything we want, so why would we bother helping them? You know what I mean? Like a general feel of, we only help people in places where we want something from that place. I just wanted to double check with you guys if anybody had heard it, especially the business owners. There's a movement for on the 20th for everybody to meet at midnight. They can purchase posters on their website and stuff like that, and buttons and just all kinds of stuff. And they're basically plastering towns with posters and various items that just say Coney 2012 with a website so that you can go and learn about not only this person and their actions, but other things that are going on in South Africa and Africa in general, where people, their basic human rights are being abused. I just wanted to make you aware of it because there was a lot of, not contestants, but wondering how downtown especially would feel about that. How would the business owners feel about having, you know, you wake up in the morning and your business is plastered with all of these posters. Even if it's for a good cause, it's still technically vandalism. So that's, people were kind of wondering how you guys would feel. Is that technically vandalism? Should it be is it a solicitation? Because they're not really asking for money. They're asking for you to take a couple minutes and learn what's going on, and then if you choose to make, donations or whatever to this organization. But I just wanted to make you aware of, it may, the last I saw is that I think it was a high school student that was heading the entire thing, and then for Clarion, I think he has canceled it because he feels that there's no interest in it, and he can't afford the time and the money to go forward with it. But just in case it does happen, I wanted to let everybody know that's why it happened and what your thoughts kind of on that are to create public awareness for this project, I guess. That's it.
You want to talk at all?
I guess, does anybody have any comments on that?
Well, I can't speak for other business owners, but I appreciate you informing me because, I mean, I'd rather have a poster on my window than the other stuff that's been on the windows, so. But I think it's something that maybe between Tracy and myself, and we let a few other people know that it's a possibility, that's, then there wouldn't be any calls made to 911 as to why. I'm thinking more of the midnight activity than I am the afterthought of the posters on the walls, or, that's my only concern, is what it would turn into.
Yeah, as far as the police department would do is if it's against the law, they need to be cited or arrested depending on what the level of crime would be at that time.
Really,
This
they're
would
trying
be
to keep it
hanging
as low crime looking as possible. Hopefully nobody will be wearing hoodies. It's basically, they have posters, and you've seen like the walls in New York City where they'll
Sure.
just kind of go through with the glue and then put up posters and stuff and sort of plaster an area with those posters. They're looking to do that. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen at this point. Yes, I agree, there needs to be awareness raised, and I told the boy, I think his name's Colin Gehring, is who was heading it up. I told him, I'm like, check with the chamber, there's a meeting, I told him about this meeting to come to discuss it with you. Check with the chamber, because they're gonna know best what the business owners feel, and to check with you and check with actual local businesses, go up and talk to them, say, is it okay with your permission, when you close business that night, can you just put the poster up? Or whatever, I said, because then you're gonna get a lot better feeling from the community. If, to me, it is easier to ask for permission than forgiveness. I think you get a lot more flies with permission than you do forgiveness in that kind of a way. Because you're trying to raise awareness and a positive feeling of awareness for that action. So I just wanted to let you guys kind of know that it might happen that you wake up on the 21st and the whole town is painted red and there's a picture of this guy and it just says Coney 2012. And you're like, what, another presidential campaign?
I'm just looking
Don't
at
vote
the
for him.
cleanup afterwards. I don't mean
Yeah.
to be rude, but I'm looking at what the cleanup might involve if it goes
Especially
further
if
than
they
just
glue
posters.
your
Yeah, if they're
windows
gluing it on the
and
windows, then I probably.
I would hope not. I would hope they would use an ounce of reason. But just in case.
Sure.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Todd?
Hey, I'm Todd Colosso. I'd like to thank council for voting that raise tonight for the meter position. I appreciate that. It's been a great job, and I look forward to keeping it up. But,
Thank you, Todd.
thanks again.
Todd, you're a good man.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Okay, with that being done, I got a motion to adjourn this meeting. I got a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Meeting's adjourned.
That's